Hi guys, my name is Aimee Cho. I'm a golf professional. Today we have a driver swing analysis. Mr. Singh has sent us his golf swing. Let's take a look. If you are new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoy the video, please press the like button and share it with all your friends. It's going to help me promote my channel. That way I can bring you guys even more great golf content on YouTube. He's been playing for about 4 or 5 months. He's a new golfer. He plays about 3-4 times a week, and he practices about 2-3 times a week, which is amazing. The more the merrier, right? He doesn't have any injuries I should be worried about. The concern he has is the big slice he has off the tee. He says it starts straight about 50 yards and then it takes a 30-40 degree turn to the right, goes about 230-250 that way. If you look at his golf swing, first thing that comes into my eyes is that he's a little bit too close to the golf ball. In this case, now you don't have enough room to work with. During the swing, you will compensate to create that room, and he's coming up a little bit in the downswing to create that room. So before we begin, I would like him to stand maybe half an inch to inch farther away from the golf ball. So it's not a lot, just enough to create some room for his arms to move. All right. 2 things we need to work on. So basically, number 1 is the lack of coil in the backswing. You can see that he doesn't turn very much. It's all arms to take back. That's the first problem. When you don't have enough coil, now you lack power. And now his second problem actually came from the backswing. Problem number 2 is in the downswing. Instead of staying in your angles and rotating through, he is clearly coming up to create some power, trying to make up for that lack of coil. And because he's coming up, now his release is later. You see that? Usually when you stay down and you rotate through nicely, the club starts releasing, right? But because he's doing this movement instead of rotating, now the club is open through the impact area, and now that's gonna create a big slice to the right. So some swing problems we can adjust it all at the same time, and certain ones we have to take it one step at a time. This one is the case where you have to separate the backswing and downswing and work on it separately. So I'm going to go ahead and divide the lesson in 2. I'll show you how to coil correctly today. And then next week, I'm going to assume you're gonna work on the coil for 7 days. And next week, I'm going to fix your downswing just like that, okay? All right, let's start with the coil then. So the correct way of doing the backswing is stabilizing your lower body. Your body turns and your hands are positioning your club so the swing plane and the face orientation is correct. Try and get all of those going at once, especially for a new golfer, is not the easiest. So I see this swing a lot actually in golfers who slice a lot. So I'm sure this will help a lot of you guys out there. So if you go ahead and just use your arms to complete the backswing, it feels very steady because you don't have turn going on. And also it seems very consistent because all you're doing is like boom, taking your arms back. But like as I've mentioned before, now you're going to lack power because the coil isn't there. Now you're actually going to do something really off in the downswing. We don't want that, right? So backswing, to coil correctly, we know how difficult it is to sync everything up and do all the correct positions. But as always, I'm going to Aimee-fy the whole situation and make everything simple, fun, and effective, and show you an awesome little drill you can do to get your coil going. This is called an angular horseshoe drill. You know how the horseshoe look like, right? Now this horseshoe is angular, like this, okay? So it almost looks like you put 2 L's together. All right, you're going to make angular horseshoe 3 times, except the first one's going to be wider angular horseshoe, second one's going to be a regular normal size, and third one is going to be more narrow angular horseshoe. Let me show you what I mean. So my 8 o'clock position, you guys should know this by now, right? This is o'clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, when your left arm is pointing at 8 o'clock position, not your shaft, the left arm. the club is parallel to the ground, right? So that's the 8 o'clock position. Let's go ahead and draw a line across your shoulders, boom. And on your lead arm, boom. And on your shaft. So there's 3 lines, okay? So when you get into your 8 o'clock position, boom, now this is wide angular horseshoe. You see that? Wide. And then you get into your second position, half swing, boom. Now this is a regular size angular horseshoe. Third position is at the top of the backswing, boom. Now this is more kind of squished, narrower angular horseshoe, you see that? So these 3 positions are what we have to master. I would like you to work on this at home in front of the mirror a lot, and then once you get comfortable with these positions, I want you to go ahead and try it with the golf ball in front of you. So okay, at first, when you start working on your coil, we haven't touched your downswing, so you may not hit it so great. But don't worry about how you hit it. I want you to get comfortable with the 3 positions. That way we can really work on the downswing next week. But as you saw, the line across my shoulders here at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and top of the backswing, you can clearly tell that I turned and I got a great coil out of it. And on top of that, the line on my lead arm was going boom, boom, boom. From the side, you can see my swing plane became correct. Usually when you use a lot of arms and I make them coil, they have a lot of trouble with getting the arm in the correct position, but I fixed your hand position and plane like that. And then if you look at the shaft, 8 o'clock goes parallel to the ground, 9 o'clock goes perpendicular to the ground, top of the backswing goes parallel to the ground. Now, without you having to worry too much technical stuff, you are able to hinge your club correctly. So it's really, you're fixing 3 things with this one drill. So I really want you to try this angular horseshoe drill, get it into your body, and really don't pay attention to how the ball goes. And I expect you to try it out for the next 7 days. Same time next week, I'm gonna show you exactly what to do in the downswing, which will help you fix that slice, hit that golf ball long and straight. I hope you're able to follow along. If you have more questions, please come to my Ask Aimee section on my website. Leave your questions and comments there. I'll get back to you guys on those. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.